Hi everyone! Dungeonborne Before the Storm, 29th of September. The pre-season patch is right behind our doors and we only need to wait for 2 more days to actually try it out ourselves. Today Hellhammer shared with us in Discord announcement with a big patch note list with a lot of different and really interesting information about upcoming changes, and let's dive straight into them. So the first and most important change that a lot of players was asking for is no more BS matchmaking, as developers called it themselves. The main problem was you never were sure about which lobby you're getting in. If you're going in with 26 gear score, you're bringing in the purple item, you're ending up with full greens against the person with 45 gear score, fully exceptional gear, and you have simply no chance. Well, from now on, or from this Sunday, this is not gonna be the case anymore, because developers made, finally, after so many people requesting this, a clear, understandable, easy readable, transparent, call it if you want, matchmaking. Now, you will have 3 modes, casual, classic and hard, which will have specific item rarity brackets. Meaning that, for example, let's take casual Closok Castle, which is supposed to be a new player experience. You can enter casual Closok Castle only with grays or white items, which have item level 0 or 1. As soon as you have a green item equipped, you won't be able to enter there anymore. Same works for Sinner's End, however there you can enter with the greens as well. But on the other hand, the players also had an issue that whenever you're playing high gear score, you're sometimes getting matched with the low gear score people, and therefore for killing them you only get the rank points, but you can't actually get any good equipment from them. Well, this is not going to be the case anymore as well, because for example, Sinner's End Classic mode requires you to go with blues, purples or exceptionalized items. And not less, not more, meaning that if you have equipped green item, you are not allowed to enter to the classic Sinner's End anymore. The hard mode, which is the new mode announced by the developers, is gonna have the highest risk-reward margin, but you only will be able to enter it starting from purple items, and also this is the only mode where you can use legendaries and uniques. So no more green lobbies with people running legendary items and all the other greens. However, worth noting that hard mode is confirmed to be available only for party gameplay. So if you're preferring to play solo, unfortunately you won't be able to enter this mode. You will need to find someone to play with and then you will be able to enter it. Some other important aspects to mention: in casual there will be no circle or poison zone that is closing up, therefore it will be just a timer as it was in casual Closok Castle map beforehand. For the classic and hard mode, there will be a new early portal. I guess they're gonna replace the static ones. It's gonna be called a broken portal and it will require a resonance stone to open. And in addition to that, they will be removed as soon as they are reached by the zone. Therefore, if you want to use them, you will need to buy the resonance stone from a trader, find it on time, and escape before it's reached by the zone, otherwise it's gonna be destroyed. Last but not least, the monsters in classic and hard modes are gonna be slightly stronger, and also their placement and distribution have been overhauled. Coming up next one, since the classic and hard modes bring more danger towards you, therefore the reward is supposed to be on the same level. Therefore the new treasure items have been introduced, which you can see right now on the screen. Also they can be obtained by the brand new map mechanic that is going to be discussed a little bit later. And one of the most important changes, the legendary time gate was removed from the game. In the same time, simultaneously, the loot distribution was rebalanced and overall drop rates from regular monsters was reduced. However, it was significantly increased from the elite monsters and the bosses, and now you will have a much higher chance of finding the new treasures or even the legendary equipment when taking down elite mobs. What we have next is the rework of the adventure mode of the game, introducing the new zones to the game. In simple words, the map is gonna be separated into several zones with different loot. There's gonna be a possible spawn points where you can appear in the beginning of the game, and then after that it's up to you to decide which route you're gonna go. Are you gonna go to the elite room? Are you gonna go to the high resource zone or medium resource zone? How are you gonna structure your way? Are you gonna go for a green portal and early escape? Are you gonna wait for the blue one? It's all up to you to decide. Worth mentioning though that the red portal is gonna be disabled until season 1, and purple portal will still appear on the map, and you can go there and instantly escape using the blue portal inside there without even triggering a boss. The new mechanic that was introduced beforehand is leyline seals and altars. Whenever you find a leyline seal in a high resource zone on the map, you can find it from a tougher monsters, or you can combine 10 fragments into one seal. You can go and open a leyline altar, which has 25% chance of getting a new treasure item, the ones that were shown beforehand. Or you can also make it a guaranteed treasure item drop after being opened 4 times. So as you may see on this picture, in the marked zone you have an altar. Therefore, whenever you get a seal, you will need to go there, activate that altar, and get your reward. Also, sometimes you will spot the new chests that can only be opened after you complete a specific objective next to it, for example, such as killing 10 monsters in the current area. Or you can also try to find different new treasures from elites, bosses, and other rare chests you can find around the map. Last but not least for this segment, the spawn points for the players were really reworked and separated from each other to prevent players spawn rushing each other, and now you will actually have some time before encountering other player in the beginning of the game. Not going far away from the map topic, the Clozo Castle was also reworked. On the right map I have marked all the terrain changes that you can see. And aside from that, you can also notice that some of the zones are marked as high risk zones, as well as some bosses have been moved. One of the most important changes is that the Cyclops will have multiple ways to get up there, therefore you will not have any more a problem with Pyromancer just controlling the only way up, and now you will actually have a chance to get there from the back. In the next segment, we're saying goodbye to the old, good dice system, and we're saying welcome to the new insurance system. Basically, it works kind of the same way. You're gonna be choosing the item that you want to insure, and you're gonna spend a specific amount of money for doing that. This is where the similarities with old Mithril dice are ending, and how the new system works is whenever you're getting killed by a player, they can loot this insurance fee from your body, and then whenever they escape they will need to sell it to the merchant, and they will get the money that you have spent for insuring the item. Therefore now in PvP you can loot resonance stones for opening the new portals from other people, you can loot their valuable sets, you can loot their insurance fees, and also you can loot the new treasure items that were added to the bosses. Over here we have the last 2 segments of the announcement, where Hellhammer shared their vision and their final thoughts about the game. So the way they see the game is that they want us to calculate the risk of all our decisions, and that we can actually decide whether we want to go for a high risk, high reward, or we can stay around somewhere hiding on the map, getting low reward, but also having less risk. Furthermore, hunting for legendaries and uniques is not the only sole purpose of the game anymore. since they introduced the new treasure items and random high research zones that bring other pathways to play the game and look for equipment. Aside from that, overall we're gonna get more sellables and less equipment, which will stimulate the trading between players through the auction house and the trade market. And of course they're hoping that those changes will be highly appreciated and will bring the fun back to the game and more players. Well guys, those were the changes. Share in comments your opinion about the patch. Honestly, my own opinion, well, I'm looking forward to this update. I was hoping that the clear gear score brackets will be available, and now we will actually have a specific matchmaking which allows us to understand, okay, I'm going Castle Classic, and I know now, okay, there's not gonna be anyone above blues. I can fill in my character with blue items, I can build specific builds in there, I can try to squeeze as much as possible, and I know that there will be people running around the same gear score with me, which is gonna be amazing. Though the things that I'm still missing, for me, one of the important things is that we can downgrade the heirlooms in future. I hope this update comes. Also, as a solo player, I'm not a big fan of the fact that you can't play hard mode solo. I hope this change will be reverted and they will actually allow solo players to play in hard mode, but just in case, I'll try to find someone to play with. It's not gonna be a big deal. Overall, I'm super satisfied with the changes, and I hope that it will help Dungeonborne to bring back the player base that it deserves, because I really think this is really a good example of the extraction game in such a genre that deserves the attention from the players, but unfortunately now it's not that good. Hopefully this change and patch brings back the people, and in season 1 we will again have 15 to 20k online in the game. Well, we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, put a like downstairs, write a comment, subscribe to the channel, watch me live on Twitch every day 10 AM UTC+2, and also follow my other social media such as TikTok or Instagram. Join our Discord community, you can find it under the stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.